Before I go any further, check out my Resident Evil 2 random stories. Anyway, Alan here at Urban Arcade, and late news for many, sure, but Resident Evil 2 is officially announced as a remake. They're going to do it, it's actually going to happen. Now, I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon. I had lots to say and I've been thinking about it a lot. And I've not been on YouTube too much lately because I've been so busy, but you know, I thought I wanted to say something about it. I have to. This is Resident Evil 2, a game I mastered. I played so much. I spent hours upon hours playing it, learning new things, trying the secrets, completing every ending. It's what got me big into Resident Evil. It's what started me off in it. After all, it was the first Resident Evil game I actually played. So I skipped one, played two, then played the rest, and I've been in love with them ever since. I have a massive collection of them that forever grows. If I see one, I grab it. I like the older ones, and if it's gonna be like Resident Evil 1 the remake, I'm all for it. That was amazing. I mean, that was a brilliant game. That's a prime example of how you remake something. Normally I say stay away from remakes, just forget about it, leave it alone. If it was done, and that's how I want to remember it. And whenever I go back to it, sometimes the games have aged terribly, they don't play as good, and I think, cool, I really liked this back in the day, I should have left it where it was. That's not the case with Resident Evil 2. I stick that game on and I can play it anytime and I love it. Even the cheesy acting on most of them is still a brilliant, decent game. And all I'm asking for is, or a lot of people, it'd be nice if we have it on a disc. You know, they could do anything. They could put it on a disc, a collector's edition, a steelbook edition. I want it to be a full game, not just a one that's on PSN store. It would be nice to have a full game, even throw in some added extras. You could play as the pixelated version of Leon and Claire. Just have it on a disc, and even if they was to put like Resident Evil 2, the original Resident Evil 2 from the PS1 on there, that would be nice, just so you could try it out. And just, I would say, keep the initial tank controls, keep the controls like Resident Evil 1, like the original Resident Evil 2, so you know you can be familiar with them. But I know they're going to jazz it up a lot. I hope they don't make it as too much action, you know, but I know that they're going to have to change it for today's audience. But then again, that might not be the case. I mean, Resident Evil Remake, that came out so long ago, and then they released it for the PlayStation 3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and everyone that paid money for that game sent Capcom a message that the old games were welcomed. We wanted them back, we wanted them cleaned, we wanted them to play again the best way possible. But yeah, you didn't own them on disc unless you were in Japan, and that pissed me off a bit because I wanted to add it to my collection, so I have them so I can put them on any time. Because the only thing that's a bit dodgy with that is a little while ago I played some of the old Resident Evil games because I still had them. I could just put them on, and what if PSN went down? What if Xbox Live went down one time, or it was over and the consoles are still available, but you don't have your console anymore because it broke? You pick up another one. What, you're going to log back into Xbox Live or PlayStation Online? No, you can't. I just don't like that aspect. It's sloppy. Come on, forget that. It's just, it's a big thing, and I think everyone's excited for it. Do you know, I remember playing Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. A shit game, yeah, to a lot of people, but I liked it. I did really genuinely like it. And I think the nostalgia was the main reason. Nostalgia's a big seller. Everyone knows that, and Capcom are really cashing in. They've always done that. And when it comes to that Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, I loved it for the little Resident Evil 2 references. You know, you went to the police station. It was upscaled slightly. And they're now, and I thank that guy that made that Resident Evil Reborn game with the Unreal Engine. So it's pretty much the Resident Evil Chronicle games on the Nintendo Wii that you can now get for the PlayStation 3, where he's used it and gone through it on a third-person perspective. So it's like Resident Evil 4 controls sort of thing, and he's running around. It's I don't know, it's not completely cleaned off. It's just a project that he done, you know. But that gave him the idea, and now apparently he's working alongside them. So well done, whoever it was that made that game. And it's just such a big thing. Everyone's wanting to know what it's going to be like. I remember seeing the video where it's going to be pitched. I've been following it ever since on Facebook and everything like that. And now that it's actually confirmed, we're getting a Resident Evil 2 remake. I don't know, it's such a weird thing. When I made that Resident Evil 2 random stories, I never thought that we'd get a Resident Evil 2 remake, seriously. Even though I knew there was a first one, the remake didn't come out for the other consoles afterwards, so you know, it was way before then, so I just didn't expect it. I thought, no, they don't care about a remake. Resident Evil's gone in a completely different direction, and they knew that. It did go downhill. It was on a decline, and it has been ever since. Resident Evil 6 is a prime example. Resident Evil Revelations was nice. I liked that, the first Revelations, and I really enjoyed Resident Evil 2 Revelations. Now, I played that a lot. I platinumed it. You know, and I know they got Resident Evil 0 coming out as well. And again, Resident Evil, they're bringing out the older ones, and now it's sort of giving them the option to make a remake because they know the older ones are doing good. People want them. There's a lot of interest, a lot of money. And I don't think it's going to be as crazy as developing a whole new game. I mean, you know, Resident Evil 0 is just an upscale. I know it's hard work involved. I know nothing how they do it, but you know, they're bringing out older games, so it is less effort. You can't tell me any different. But it's nice that Resident Evil 2. I'm wondering if is it going to be a completely new game? It's going to be completely different. What's going to be changed on it? And they now know we could have a trilogy on our hands here. Imagine that, Resident Evil 1, 2 and 3 all together. That would be amazing. I don't think they need to remake Code Veronica, but they probably will eventually. I mean, they got the technology now. You know, it's not going to be so hard for them. So I just hope they don't mess it up. And I don't think they will, to be honest with you. They know that the Resident Evils are not good the way they are. They need to go back to the core fan base, and they're now doing it. And I just wanted to, you know, give my 2 cents about it. I wanted to say something about it because I haven't really done any videos where I've just talked about something like this, you know. And everyone did it the second it was announced. You had everyone talking about it, and I don't like jumping on that bandwagon. Now, I'm not doing it for views. I just literally, I've been thinking this all day since, you know, every day since, you know, well, not every day. I'm not obsessing about it, but just every now and again it comes into my head thinking, now, how are they going to do this? What are they going to do? Obviously, it's going to be on one disc now because Blu-ray. You know, will you still have unlockables? Will everything? Will it? You know, what are the graphics going to be like? Is it going to be very realistic? Is it going to control like Resident Evil 4 or 5? You know, what are they going to do with this? There's so much potential here. You know, but the main thing is we finally got the Resident Evil 2 remake. It's actually happening. Now, to be honest with you, nowadays, since the Silent Hill playable trailer, since that got cancelled, I don't have really any faith in anything till it comes out. You know, this is Konami we were talking about, and Hideo Kojima, you know, with that Silent Hill game, and it still got cancelled. And Capcom, knowing that the amount of financial issues they've been having, it is, you know, it's kind of worrying where if it doesn't get off the ground. I just hope they make this game beforehand, and hope Street Fighter 5 keeps them afloat. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, and it was, yeah, if there was some commas and full stops in that whole sentence, everything I just said, it would probably been nicer, but I literally, you know, I hit the ground running as I was talking there because I was excited. I don't know, I just didn't stop. So, well, I hope you enjoyed the video and my thoughts. Let me know what you think. See you later.